Hey everyone, I'd like to start off the video off on a good note before I actually get into the harder part to talk about. From the good part of MMP, Murder Mystery Prestiges, in fact, the community is pretty open and welcoming. It's easy to get close to people and communicate with them without much problems. Most of the staff are friendly and helpful, even being irrelevant for most likely the first month you're there. People will get close to you easier than you might think. It's not hard to make friends in MMP. On the bad side, it's very easy to lose friends in Murder Mystery Prestiges unless you're close enough to most of the people you're friends with. There are psychopaths, pedophiles, degenerates, edgelords, and outright attention seekers inside of this community. MMP is 85% made up of all these people, and the other 15% are the actual good, welcoming, and sweet people. First off, I think I should discuss the code of conduct on MMP. Now, there's something that has to be brought to your attention. This code of conduct is the latest one I have, but it is confirmed to be outdated by a staff member. The beginning of the code of conduct states, "Our code of conduct outlines our overall expectations regarding our team members and behavior towards other team members, managers, and overall organization. We promote open communication with each other within the team. We expect all team members to follow our code of conduct. We should avoid participating in drama in and around our workplace. We are expected to foster a well-organized, respectful, and collaborative environment." Starting to read this, I can already say most of the staff has broken this code of conduct. Considering that there were pedophiles on the team, you're not really putting in a good, respectful environment for the team or the community. Respect within the team. All team members are part of the same team. The game community and the team are a shared interest. If it's a shared interest, why did you end up giving up on the game at one point just to revamp it with absolutely no small updates at all? Aethrex came back and proved it wasn't hard to make small updates along the revamp's progression, which shows you were just being lazy. And you don't care about the community if you barely interact with them as much as you used to. We won't allow any kind of discriminatory behavior, harassment, or victimization. That's really funny because I remember getting banned for 7 days for speaking my mind. Aethrex was purposely irritating the members and I called him stupid for that. He then banned me because he knew I was in the right. It's pretty funny how he contradicted his earlier statement one time, freedom of speech with the clown emoji. Ironic, am I right? Now, one of the funny parts of the document is the payment section. I remember a staff member coming to me one time and discussing with us that it was a voluntary job with no pay. That signifies they're either holding back on payment or the staff member lied or they stopped paying a long time ago. They wanted the section to be kept discreet because they knew someone would bring it up outside of the team at some point. The public image section basically stands for itself, but it says if you're playing a Roblox game, you must follow its terms of service. According to one of my close friends, Aethrex was selling MMX items, which is essentially breaking the terms of service for Roblox. Therefore, most people said his ban was either false or misunderstood. The screenshot I'm showing on screen right now proves that his ban is obviously not false whatsoever. So his account was banned. What the document clearly says is if you get banned, you're supposed to be demoted or put on probation. And he's never been demoted once or ever put on probation after this ban was specified. Now, there's a few other things I want to talk about. If you want your staff to produce a good community and a good place, then you have to make sure that you're not allowing just anybody onto your team. This is exactly why I suggested one time that there should be internships for staff before you actually hire somebody onto the full team. If you intern somebody, like an intern moderator, they'll be able to prove their worth to the team and they'll become a full moderator. Like maybe a month of just trial and error and see how good they do, right? Instead of just randomly hiring people based on their application. Alright, so now that I'm at the end of my line here for the video, I will keep the person who sent me these documents secret so nothing happens. They specifically asked me not to say who sent it, so I will respect their decision and do as they say. I hope you found this video to give you some closure, someone on what MMP is like, and I hope you guys have a good day. Like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. Goodbye, everyone.